Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get straight to the point. We need to stop degrading our black women and stop this war between the masculine and the feminine. We need to learn a little bit about where the fuck we came from and just stop the mess, right? Now, I'm gonna speak from the perspective of a man first, and I feel like that's probably the only thing that I should speak on, right? Because I am a man, right? There's no confusion, right? When you deal with black women, you have to remember, my nigga, they are traumatized just like how we are, right? We get in this instance where we try to compare black women to white women, right? Talking about like the submission levels, how nice they are, all this other type of shit, right? It's like we forgot. Black women will never be white women, and they will never act like a white woman because they didn't have to go through the shit that white women did, or vice versa, right? White women didn't have to go through the shit black women did, right? So their receptivities levels, or the way that they are triggered, is a little bit different. You have to remember too, in slavery, I'm so happy my grandpa said this shit about the word MF, right? A lot of our women were getting raped. A lot of our women were getting taken advantage of. So what did they do? They bred daughters. They started teaching their daughters to not trust niggas. They started teaching them don't do that. They started teaching them like they put certain codes in them. You feel me? Especially black women in particular. And I'm not saying everybody was a slave and all this other type of shit. But if we're dealing with the ones who came up in a impoverished community, or the ones who probably did come through that slave ship, they're tough for a reason. They, they're a little bit hardball for a reason. It's not for no reason. The same things that triggered you, the same way us black men, we feel oppressed. We feel like we just gotta fight the world. We feel just all this other type of shit. They did too. But for some reason, we're forgetting the same trauma. How can I put this? All because their trauma shows differently than ours does not fucking mean that they don't have any, or at least that we don't have any, right? So, like, bro, I was at an eye doctor yesterday with my grandpa, and this lady, black lady, she's so beautiful, right? She reminded me of one of my exes too, one of the girls I talked to. Um, Light skin, she had long hair, not even long hair, it was a weave, makeup on, nails, but she was just like really pretty. But she would be the definition of what somebody would call an aggressive black woman, right? Now, she was a tad, right? I'm not saying she was aggressive at all, but what I'm saying is how she came off. It wasn't the, oh my god, yes, 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 like darling. It was, what's up? It's still all love. Like literally talking to my spirit, like making jokes, like it's literally like a fun experience. But you're not getting the gushiness that you would get off of a white woman unless she trusts you, unless she actually likes you, unless you're doing something that's making her feel safe enough to show you that side. Black women typically are not going to show you that side of them until they know they can trust you. They've been getting taken advantage of this whole time. They're not so eager to want to be nice to niggas no more. They're not so eager to want to just be happy go lucky. They somewhat make you earn the shit, which is justifiable. Because look at what we're doing. We saw them operating out of a triggered and emotional state, and what did we do? Throw fire on the fire. What did we do? We became extra sassy. What did we do? We just made it impossible for us to get along with each other, instead of being like, well, what's actually the problem? Am I the problem? Is something that's like instead of actually being solution based men, a lot of times, a lot of us and a lot of these dudes on podcasts like to be betas. It's crazy. They like to call everybody else simps and betas and all this other type of shit. When I get on the internet and I see you bickering with a girl, you're the beta. You're a beta. You're a beta. Because for what? If it, because how I view it, if it was an actual large enough subject, a big enough subject where it has some level of importance, you should be able to articulate yourself in a way to where she gets you. And if you're wrong, then say you're wrong and move on to the next thing, right? We shouldn't be getting in this instances where it's just like we're nitpicking at each other just to, just get a thrill, get some clicks, get some, oh yeah, brother, thank you for standing up for me. Like, bro, you could have moved on. It wasn't even that big of a thing. You could have, you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird, bro. It's weird, and I I get it, but I don't. Cause it's like I understand everybody's traumatized. That's why everybody's going to different races and talking about passport bros and all this other type of shit. I understand niggas is traumatized, girls are traumatized, dudes are traumatized. But I don't understand how we can think this shit is okay and not see the clear problem. They separated us. They separated the melanin. They separated they separated everything, bro. What a lot of our grandparents were married or close to it, right? Our parents, I'm 22, so the generation right above us, most of them, they had children, but they separated, right? Now, our generation, we just don't have relationships point blank, period, because we have trust issues, we abandonment issues, and all this other type of shit. Each generation that has went down has gotten worse. And if you've noticed, us, we keep getting worse. So it's about time that at least some generation of children, the next one's us, something, we switch the dynamic, right? Have a little bit of courage. I'm going to marry a black woman. It may be a little bit more difficult because we have to actually heal, we have to actually grow. But I'm going to take accountability for what they're trying to take from me. You get what I'm saying? They brought us here together, and then once we got here, they separated us. Some point in time, we need to get back together. Because you know what's crazy too? I didn't mess with white girls. I messed with a white girl. She was super duper nice, super duper giving, all sorts of type of shit. She don't understand a nigga. She didn't understand me, right? Culture difference. Those things are real, right? When you start when you start acting a certain way, when you start getting triggered, getting emotionally, just trauma or whatever the case may be, right? Somebody who's went through something similar may actually sympathize with your ass. May actually see you and be like, okay, I'll put my ego aside. I'll put my pride aside because they feel what you're going through without them even they don't even need to agree with you. Just the fact that their lineage, their blood, their history has went through something similar, sim- we good. You feel me? Let's figure out how to work through this. Somebody who hasn't went through that, it's like trying to explain trauma and make somebody feel some shit that they never went through. There's only so much cohesiveness that's going to happen until you start getting somewhat irritated or until they make a smart remark because they don't realize how triggering that is, or maybe they do, right? And they just don't care. And that's a whole nother aspect when you talk about stepping out of your race. Now, I'm not saying stay in your race, right? Interracial relationships are beautiful, right? Especially in Los Angeles because there's a whole lot of black and brown. There's a whole lot of mixing happening between black and brown people, right? I'm not saying integrating at all is a problem. What I'm saying is when you completely exit out your own people and prioritize them as if your people don't get you and probably would love you harder than those people. You That's what I don't like. The divide. Do what you want. Date who you want to because this is a free world. You can choose. I really don't give a damn, right? But don't make it this endless war because my future daughter's gonna have to deal with that shit. Leave it alone. Like let's start. If you don't want to change it for yourself, change it for your lineage. Change it. Just change. If you don't like for the dudes, if you don't like the girls you're running into, change the girls you're running into. The hell, if you're running into nothing but women who disrespect you, you have a self-esteem problem because you're attracting people who don't respect you and you're entertaining it. Go find the ones who respect you. And then all the bickering, arguing, the belittling, degrading stops because you chose better. Same with women. Choose better dudes. And then now all of that stuff stops because you chose better. This is all a choosing game. So, yeah, man. That's enough yapping. I love y'all. I'ma see y'all when I see y'all, man. Oh, and check out the Instagram and stuff like that. Got my photography and all that. You know, the ebook. No creative director. Bye.